pretty good.
Not really.
We'd like to welcome you to the Boldcasters show. What's up? This is Clay, to Apocalypse.
This is Slack and Kraken.
This is Mark at BCB Markpedia. How you doing?
Hey, I'm Justin.
All right, and this is J132.
He's the one man in the camera right now. So how's everyone doing in the world tonight? It's a Thursday
a lot
night.
better since we have good music.
I would.
A little AFI.
Let's not get carried away with good music.
I don't know how great.
Yeah, I'm happy it was less than 30 seconds, honestly.
Yeah.
Not everybody can enjoy cool music. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, I'll
There's a generational gap here.
I can't
Yeah.
lie.
You'd
I'll
like the
stick with
Halloween EP. You'd like the Halloween EP.
Between
What?
What is a Halloween EP? Can you elaborate?
It's an EP, which means it's half of a full album,
yeah.
and it's for the holiday Halloween.
Oh,
They actually
yeah.
do the song Halloween by the Misfits. They do a really good cover of it.
I've actually seen Misfits live.
Wow.
Okay.
All
well,
right.
2011.
there's that.
Down at Sick Boys Bad
I
Habits.
still don't like them,
in
so it's
Daytona.
okay.
Well, let's get Mark a little hat and a little toy, a little McDonald's toy.
Yeah, let's go to Party City real quick and get him a little spinner.
He went to see the Misfits. Damn.
All right, moving on.
Juice head over.
We're starting up the show.
We're about to get into the good stuff here.
Yeah.
Boldcaster show. We talk about current events, national sports desk, tech, entertainment, all that good jazz, local news. We're from Jacksonville, so we try to keep it regional, local.
A little Duval.
All Duval.
Old Dirty Duval.
We want to basically keep it from where we're from. So listen up and stick with us and check us out and give us reviews on Boldcastify.
All right.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. All right, let's start off with a little local news this time.
Yeah. So, Beef O'Brady's coming back to Jacksonville.
I don't even know what that is. Is that like beefaroni?
It's a wannabe sports pub.
It holds a special place in my heart because I used to live down in Lakeland, and when I would go watch the Jaguars, I would have to go to Beef O'Brady's. And this is way back when. This is a long time ago when the Jaguars were good. And I remember Maurice Jones-Drew first season when we played the Dolphins, and the Dolphins scored first, and a dude at the bar saw us in our Jaguar stuff and just jumped up and went, ah! And
That was awesome.
and
Because I got it, kind of, sort of.
and then
That's pretty good.
like 6 minutes later, it was over for the Dolphins, and they just never got back into it, which was great, and they left early.
That's like most Dolphins games.
That's
Duval.
yeah.
Dan Marino, he's a sad man.
Yeah, he is a very sad man.
This was post Dan Marino, which is extra sad.
I think they've only made the playoffs once since Dan Marino retired.
Yep. Well,
I forgot they made the playoffs with Dan
was-
Marino.
It was
They went worse the first.
Chad Pennington. I want to say
Yeah,
was there.
but
Who cares?
Yeah, it was not the quarterback.
I guess they're from Tampa. And they were up here about 10 years ago, more or less.
Yeah, I remember they had the location on Beach.
And they had the location
I think they had a location on Beach and one on Park Avenue.
Yeah, right there across from Moose Haven.
Yeah.
Perfect location. I'm surprised that one closed.
Yeah, St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
There was Beef O'Brady's for years.
Beef O'Brady's
crazy.
is St. Petersburg.
Yes, it's out of Tampa, St. Pete area. But that's where most of their locations are. But then they go all the way out to the Midwest. All over.
And they
Texas.
National chain, yeah.
Do they just serve beer or liquor? I mean,
No, they do
Beef.
flatbreads, wings, a lot of wings. It's basically
Guys.
your general.
I gotta tell you,
I want to be
their
sports
food is very mediocre. It's nothing special.
Yeah, I mean, that's
nothing
it's
to
not
get
a
excited
big
about.
It's like a B-dubs or...
It's a different kind of beat up.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's exactly beat up.
Do they-
It's a
Not
more
wear jerseys.
family-friendly B-dubs.
Yes.
It's like a crappier food version B-dubs, though.
that's kind of scary.
yeah.
Yeah,
Beat
it
up's
is.
already pretty shit.
Yeah.
Thank you. And from
Well,
the Jason, he's
that's-
actually... It has gotten...
All right, PG-13.
Yeah, well, Jason doesn't like it as. But I mean, they're
Well,
it's a very family atmosphere. It does have plenty of TVs. It has a full bar. all
Enough
that good
TVs
jazz.
to have the Jaguars on out of market.
See,
yes,
there you go.
and that's definite plus. And maybe their food has changed because I haven't actually eaten at one in about 10 years.
No, we haven't had one.
time since I've
They've
eaten
got
one,
200 locations. Most of the concentrations obviously around Tampa, St. Pete, because that's where their office is. But I mean, they go all the way out to Texas, Minnesota, the Dakotas, like I started to say. But they look to come back in the area, but they want to keep it in North St. Johns County or somewhere. Yeah, they basically want to keep it in the suburbs. They said they have no interest in going to downtown.
Away from the poor.
Away from the whores.
Yep.
Well, I ain't going there because I'm poor as hell.
Well,
Yeah.
Newdecker, no interest.
I
Yeah,
have no
Well,
interest
interest
in
here.
you. It's mutual.
If they don't take coupons, I ain't going. That's all I'm
Well, don't worry. I can almost guarantee you they're
Or
going to
it's
be
not a
on
buffet where
a living social deal here shortly.
Oh, then we're Groupon all the way. Let's go.
Yeah.
Especially because I think they're going to be like a lot of chains that try to come into our market after the fact. Like, it's too late. There's so many sports bars.
right.
It's kind of like
It's
Red
already
Robin.
saturated.
It's like Red Robin coming to Jacksonville. Like, too late. You
I
waited too long, and M-Shack exists.
think the
I love
location.
M-Shack.
I think the
Everybody
location
loves M-Shack.
might save Red Robin because it's going down.
like town center.
Yeah, it's going town center. So
They have an M Shack in the town center.
I'm going down there with my family. Am I going to go to
M-Shack?
Red Robin and sit down and pay a lot more, or am I going to go to M-Shack where I know I can get the beer I want and get a great burger for $6?
Wait, they have beer at M-Shack?
Yes.
well, I've
What the
been.
hell am I?
Craft beer.
They have good stuff over there.
Well, I've
You
been.
really do go
I've
to
actually.
Newdecker.
And the
I've actually
milkshakes.
been. I've actually been to a Red Robin up
Thank you,
Virginia.
Clyde.
And they actually have local beers too. They actually, I think they're required to have at least 5 on tap. So I don't know if that
Really?
does anything
But it's a
for you
sit
guys.
down.
Yeah,
You
just
got a
sit down
waiter
and
kind
got
of
it, yeah.
place. They're trying
Yeah.
to get more money out of you than
Yeah.
typical.
Right.
I mean, I agree, but I'm just
Regular
saying
chicken
their biggest claim to fame is carbs. They give you
All you can eat French fries.
all you can eat
I don't
fries.
care about that.
No.
Yeah, I can't do
I
that.
was told by a
Wrong
friend
carbs. I want to
from
drink my carbs.
Oh, wrong
California.
carbs.
I 100% agree with Justin.
I want all you can drink beer.
I want liquid carbs.
Give me all you
100%.
give me endless beer.
You can keep your fries, your crappy fries.
Oh.
But to basically wrap up on the Beagle
Taylor is
Brady's,
the devil.
the nearest ones to us are Stark and Palaca. How Stark and Palaca have them? I'm not all sure.
That's confusing.
But hey,
They want to hit the hot markets first.
There's
Yeah.
good Sunnies in Stark.
Hit the trailer parks first, I guess.
All right.
anyways, we're moving on to
Hawkers
Meant to be
is
good.
finally open its second location in Neptune Beach. I think Justin could testify that he's not going to try that one for sure.
They
You're
can stay
going
in
to-
Neptune
I'm not
Beach.
going.
What's
They
wrong
can-
with Neptune?
They can move
What's
permanently
up,
to
Neptune?
Neptune Beach.
What's wrong with it?
Neptune Beach isn't the problem. Hawkers is the problem.
Thank you.
What is
Yeah,
it?
I
Hawkers? I don't know.
I
like
kind of like Hawkers.
I love Hawkers.
Korean,
Personally, I have no
like,
problem with it.
Like
Great
Southeast
food,
Asian
great variety.
Oh, she eat dog and cats. Is that what they're trying to say?
Nice.
What?
Talk amongst yourselves.
He was
I guess.
asking why. He was asking what it was.
Oh right.
Okay, what's wrong with Hawkers there, Mark? What is
Yeah,
it?
give us your
Elaborate.
opinion.
Elaborate for us.
Basically, it's like vegan food mostly.
Oh God.
I don't think I've
No.
ever gotten anything vegan there.
If I may, I ate curry meatballs. I ate Korean fried rice, which had beef in it. And then we had some sort of curry, which was chicken in it.
That sounds
Like
not
everything
vegan.
everything we ate had meat in it.
Yeah, I don't understand the vegan.
The only
comment.
thing I've really been able to eat is like a kebab and edamame, and that's it.
That's not vegan.
That's on you though.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
that
No,
is on
I'm
you.
saying that's the only thing I
You
can
start
actually
taking
eat that
responsibility for
actually,
the choices.
That is
that
on you.
actually tastes good.
All right, see you later, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
It's not that it tastes bad the first time. It's that it tastes bad the second time. When it's making you have food poisoning and you're throwing it up for the next couple
But you lose weight.
So, there you
yes, you can
It's
lose a lot of weight
side
eating
effect.
Hawkers. They've had a problem with keeping their meat at the right temperature. It's certainly not the first time somebody's gotten food poisoning there. Throwing up rice is the worst.
Yeah, because I imagine it comes out your nose, right?
Craft beer and spicy rice, and I'll never go back because I had to taste that all coming back up the other way.
Yeah, that's not cool.
All right.
I don't know. Personally, I love their curry.
I
I've never had a
love,
problem.
I love their curry too. I can't.
Their
I can't
curry
lie.
is fire.
I
That's
just go to Bay Meadows.
that's about the only thing that
I've never had an issue. Knock on wood, I can say. Knock
I'll go
on
to
wood.
Bay Meadows and get it made by the professionals, or I'll go to like Indochina and get some spicy Thai curry.
I'll go to an actual Indian
Or Thai Garden in
restaurant.
Orange Park. It's up to you guys.
I hear it's good.
I've been a couple times.
It's right next to Brewers. How do I go?
It's
Yeah, I'll go to an actual
it's a
Indian
little
restaurant.
expensive.
But this will be the fourth
Instead of
location.
Fox.
Obviously, they have they're based out of Orlando.
Yes.
The 5 points location was the third location, I believe, and now they're still looking into South Florida and Atlanta for more expansion.
Atlanta will be huge for them.
Yes, Atlanta is
That'd be
going to
nice.
be.
man.
Oh, yeah.
I love
it.
them.
Yeah, because
But they
Atlanta
want- they
would be
want
more
to
their
keep-
market than us. But
And Atlanta can thank us for Hawkers by giving us any of their Korean places. Just give us one.
Yeah, I love Atlanta. I've been there for
I love
my
Atlanta's actually
honeymoon.
nice.
That was really nice.
Yeah, but they've got a nice variety. They said they want to keep the decor and the open windows.
Yeah.
Open air windows, pretty much the same when they moved to Neptune Beach.
Well, that's a really
not
cool
moved when they
location.
opened the Neptune Beach.
I love everything about Hawkers except for the food poisoning. That's my least favorite part.
I can imagine.
Well,
that.
I mean-
that wouldn't go over well.
I mean, you gotta give him at least one more chance.
No, I don't.
Sometime.
I really don't.
Yeah,
I
you
would.
should.
I'm with
Yeah,
Justin.
I
For
would.
different reasons, but I'm with Justin.
You
Well,
just don't.
well,
You just
Mark-
don't have a
Mark-
taste. You have the
Mark
taste
doesn't-
palette of a cardboard box.
No,
Yes.
I don't. I
Yes,
just
he
don't
does.
like spicy food
You
that
ordered
is about to
edamame.
burn me.
You ordered
You're in the wrong
edamame.
Edamame is not spicy.
And
Yeah. Well,
and he doesn't like. He also doesn't like tacos with.
Fish in them.
Which,
this is a non-cultured young man.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
I've got plenty of culture. I just don't like
West Side culture.
how you say fish with like fruity like salsa in my taco.
Well, if you're getting that, you're probably getting the wrong
Like a
fish taco.
tropical.
I'm about to say that sounds.
I don't
spoiled.
do tropical tacos. Thank you.
So
West
basically, what he's saying is he doesn't like Jimmy Hula's.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jimmy.
I'm not really a fan
Sorry.
of Jimmy Hula's. You're right.
Sorry, he had terrible fish tacos.
And I had one off of food truck too. That was.
I would never eat
Complete
fish
caca.
off a food truck. That just sounds like food poison.
It has to
It
be
had like a
fried.
mango salsa or something
I like
like
fried
that.
catfish.
I love
from
mango
anywhere.
salsa.
I mean, I've never had a problem with it. I love fish tacos, mango salsa. But man, hey, what can I say? I was growing
Yeah.
up with variety.
Yeah,
raised-
variety
raised
is the
with
spice of
variety.
life.
I'm not big on mango salsa.
Yeah.
Is this a food podcast now?
I mean, I guess that's where it's going at this point because we've already covered like 2 food topics. So
Well, we're talking about smoked wings.
Yeah, we can talk
Right
about.
might as well.
No, let's not. Let's not. I was just kidding, guys.
Jesus. Here's a joke. All right, let's move on to the next topic and let's get some openings in the local affairs. We have a new distribution center coming into Jacksonville, possibly.
Which is
Project
called
Vito or VO.
Velo.
Velo. I can't speak.
Which is possibly an extension of.
Possibly Amazon, possibly Target.
Satan
that was a
or
rumor.
Target.
But whenever the project Rex went through the first time, there was a lot of talk about how Amazon likes to have one facility for big items, one facility for smaller items, and this could be Amazon again.
Yeah.
Which I'm cool with.
Yeah, and I think it brings 1,200 jobs. If it's Amazon, Mark's not going to try to apply there. We all know that. Moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah. He has no interest in it.
86
Actually did apply for Target.
86 acre parcel
Yep.
at
At the Cecil
Cecil
Commerce
Commerce
Center.
Center.
Hooray, West
They're
Side!
anticipating
Yes.
on making $115 million in capital investments.
Ah, the west side of the river actually getting something.
Yep.
Yes.
Huge.
That would be really big. They said it
It's-
could create 325 jobs.
That pay over 50,000.
Yes, that pay
Because
over 50,000.
1,200 jobs total.
Right.
350 jobs that pay over 50K,
Yes, which is
Which is-
very big.
which is very big for the West Side.
Yeah.
That's really big for the West Side.
Hell, I
Yeah,
might
'cause
need a
median
car.
income.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
was
Robert's
thinking-
already filling an application.
Yeah, on his phone right now.
Decker.
We
So,
have
I mean-
video where everybody knows it's a lie.
Yeah, unless it's manual
Look at
labor, I ain't doing
You're
it.
not doing anything.
I watch TV all day. I can't say it.
See, yeah, let's be
Wow.
honest. There you go.
What happens if your boss is watching this podcast?
You
I
got
do not
got.
watch TV all day.
Well,
Robert got.
Well, see you later.
Oh, I'm
Bye,
going to the
Decker.
soup kitchen. That's all the hell I know.
All right.
well, I guess there's that. I guess moving on in local news, that's still really good to hear for the West Side. We really needed that. West Side is
About time.
still sitting behind in a lot of aspects because mostly everything goes to the South Side. So
We're basically the Rust Belt of Jacksonville.
The Rust Belt.
I mean, it's actually a pretty good analogy.
That's really not bad. That's a decent analogy.
For once, that's 1 out of 100. I like it.
But hey, I mean, like you look at like Cecil Field closing and just like the immediate drop off the West Side had. Like,
Right. Cecil closing hurt the West Side immensely.
this is a win-win-win for everybody because Hillwood Investments has a deal with the city where they'll buy parcels as they lease them out.
Yeah.
So like the city gets pieces of land that they own that they don't need to back on the tax rolls, and they get some money from it.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty.
Everybody
Pretty
wins.
yodel.
Yeah.
Yep. It's really
I will
good.
actually say it is quite yodel.
All right, then. Well, one last thing in local news. Looks like someone is taking over the old Latitude 30, 360, whatever the hell you want to call
The
it.
Latitude place that was being
Yes.
ran by Dove people.
I hope it works this time.
Yes.
I think it will because it's going to be owned by an Australian company.
By people
Yes.
who are actually not coke snorters.
Well, they're based out of. What?
I don't
Coke
know.
snorters.
I don't know if they were. I don't know if this guy was coke snorter. As much as he was a.
Mark's just trying to get sued for libel.
Yeah. Let's not do that.
I don't think.
Make fun of the situation. There's a difference.
Well,
Trying to
that's
sue for
not.
libel.
That's not really that funny.
Moving on, the people who have acquired the spot is Main Event Entertainment. They're like Jason said, their main offices are out of Australia, but they have a U.S. office which I believe is based out of Dallas or Fort Worth. So they've got a number of venues around, but they want to. It's basically the very similar concept to what we had with Latitude 30s.
I mean, the main issue is they didn't have any
Fancy
funding.
bowling
And
alleys.
I think they're going to drop about $3.5 million into Latitude 30 to update it and whatnot. So I mean, that is a plus because that building was not going to get sold anywhere
No, it wasn't.
because it was freaking too big.
I thought it was going to come like car lot or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought too because
of the parking
because of the parking lot. Yep, that's exactly what I said.
I mean,
Yeah, really fancy parking lot.
They're expecting. What are they looking for? They said activities are going to be bowling, video games, bar, movie theater. Mostly very similar concept.
And I guess what do they call it? Like a casual fast dining atmosphere.
It's like a more fancy Dave and Buster's, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
basically.
Yeah.
That's
Which
what-
is similar.
That's what it always was.
That's
Yeah,
pretty much what it was
also
before.
Well,
Yeah,
It's almost like
360.
Dave and Buster's.
I've been there a
banquet
couple
style.
times. It
That's
was
what it
basically fancy Dave and Buster's. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
But I'm psyched because I don't like abandoned buildings and there's plenty of them downtown.
Yes, we have way too many of them, and still,
Yeah.
I like to see any improvement anywhere in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You know, at one point in the possibilities of whatever was going to happen with the old library downtown, at one point it was going to be a Latitude 360.
Really? I never heard that.
Which
I
is
remember
the
that.
second coolest thing it could have been.
Yes.
The coolest thing it could have been was headquarters for Peterbrook Chocolate and be a chocolate factory, which would have been just
Sweet
spectacular.
Pete's.
This is pre-Sweet Pete's. This
Yes.
is
Sweet Pea
predating all that. This is like, imagine that coffee smell hits you, and then right when that's hitting you, the chocolate smell hits you.
That'd be a
You're like,
combination.
Remember when
That-
Jacksonville used to stink? Not anymore.
That would be actual heaven. That'd be
Yeah,
actual
ears.
heaven.
That'd be awesome.
Hard to imagine those days when it really did. It used to smell pretty bad.
Like a paper mill.
Yes, it
Well,
smelled like a pepper mill. You still get that when you go through Brunswick,
hey,
St. Mary's.
Yeah, well.
Jake,
What do you expect?
I believe Jake
But
made
You live here
references
long
to that
enough,
for
you don't
years.
notice it anymore.
yeah, you really don't. I mean, I imagine it's the same with those folks.
Did he not?
Unless you're in New Jersey, I'm pretty sure you still smell the trash.
So I guess with that, that's some local news on the docket. I guess we'll move on to national news. Unfortunately, I really want to.
The fun news.
The fun news that everyone's been waiting to talk about.
Well, I mean, it happened. We need to talk about it.
Yeah, it did happen. It definitely did happen.
All right.
So let's
Tell us what happened.
tell us what happened, Nick.
Well, there's a riot in Charlotte for the second day over a gentleman called Keith Scott who was shot by an officer, Brentley Vinson, who was, of course, African American.
Yeah, so why are people up in arms about an African American shooting up another African American?
Because he was a cop.
Cop shooting a black man. That's a big issue right
A
now.
black man shoots another black man. Huh.
Oh, it doesn't
Interesting.
matter. He's still an
Interesting.
officer.
It's a whole cop shooting a black man thing. It
It's
doesn't
a
matter
black
what,
cop.
but it doesn't matter what race the cop was. It's
I
the
don't
fact that
see
a cop
really-
has shot a black man.
Personally, I don't see where race really plays an issue with it. It's still a man being shot by an officer.
Well, the way
saying that's why it's a riot.
race plays into it is that we're having a big run on black people getting shot by police right now,
Thank you.
and there's problems with the escalation process.
I just meant that the officer is black. I don't see where that plays the
Well,
hugest part in it.
It plays a part in a way for some people to explain away what happened. Like, it's not a big deal because it's a black guy shooting a black
Yeah, it
guy.
shouldn't be
When
the
that's
case.
not the issue. The issue is escalation problems. Like, they jump to shooting somebody to death a lot quicker. It happens to be worse when it's a black person. I remember seeing an article about a man who was in a shootout with the cops.
Yep.
Like, he was in,
The bomber.
he was in a shootout with the cops. He was detained alive.
And he's still living, yet a guy could be pulled over on the side of the road with his hands up nonetheless.
Actually, this guy was not pulled up on the side of the road. He was
I don't even know what you're
parked.
talking about.
the
he
guy
was
could be
parked-
stalled, that's right.
He was parked and he was waiting outside to pick up his kid. He was reading a book.
I'm
Yeah.
saying another person. This is another story.
I'm assuming it was Harry Potter and
We're
the
done
cop
with this.
didn't like the book, maybe? I mean, that's the only option I can really think of. I mean, it's a horrible
I'm showing
situation,
an
but
example.
Well,
Yes.
there's multiple accounts. A lot of he said, she said on whether there was a book involved, whether it actually was a weapon.
I
Most
guess-
of the people in the neighborhood are saying it's a book.
I never saw a story where it was a weapon.
Well,
people
I
are
guess
seen that.
I
Some
guess
people are
they're
saying
going to
they're
release
trying
the
to
video today or tomorrow. They were supposed
Yes.
to release the video of it supposedly picturing either something as a weapon or a book because that's the big thing.
Yeah, but there's de-escalation things they could do before shooting someone who
Yeah,
has a weapon.
instead of
From my
just-
understanding, they never did that.
Instead of just going Rambo and shooting somebody.
Rambo.
Rambo.
I like it.
Yeah. First Blood, my favorite Stallone movie, by the way.
First Blood, not actually the first movie. It's actually the second movie.
Yes.
Well, I said his first movie he enjoyed, though.
It's
No, I'm
misleading,
saying
is
it's
all I'm
my
saying.
favorite Stallone movie.
At least
Hey.
it wasn't Expendables.
Rambo
Let's
2,
do that.
First Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes no sense. But here's some other news out of this situation. That the gentleman or the person that was shot that was protesting last night that they reported died didn't die. He was in intensive care. Well, he has died.
Well, I mean,
So he didn't die, but he ended up dying?
Yes. He has been identified as Justin Carr, 26, from Charlotte.
What was he doing?
According to CNN.
Protesting.
He is part of the protest. I'm not 100%
Whoa,
exactly
whoa,
what he was
whoa.
doing,
okay. Quick question. I want to
but
know.
police say it was not their shot.
All right. I want to know if there's a difference between protesting and rioting.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is, but the Charlotte was rioting.
Do they?
Yes,
go,
it is asinine, is what I'll say it is.
Do they go hand in hand?
No, they do not.
They don't have to.
If you riot, then it's no longer a protest.
That's not necessarily
Not
true.
If you're
necessarily
breaking
true.
windows and destroying
Yes.
property, it's no longer a
It
protest.
is it can be a
A
form of protest. And that's not like something that's unique to our country. That's not unique in history. Throughout time, whenever rulers are unjust, the people will
riot.
protest in different ways. And civil disobedience is one of those ways. And I'm not condoning looting the Hornets facility, but it is a form of protest. To say it's not, I mean, for some people it probably isn't. For some people it's taking advantage of the moment. But for some people, civil disobedience is a way of protesting. It's not necessarily constructive. It's not how I would think is best.
It's a way to get frustration out, but you're not really helping your case.
Yeah.
Yes, and
But Martin
some,
Luther King would break the law for protests too, because sometimes that's what you
Did
have
he
to
break a window? What did he
No,
do?
he sat in restaurants where it was apparently still there. He would sit in like segregated restaurants and whatnot and do that.
Yeah, I know. He would sit. He would sit where white people should sit, not where black people should. Try to break that. But
Try to break it
But
law.
his was completely peaceful, and he would just sit down.
I guess my point, and I don't know. This might be a bold take, if you will. I don't understand destroying the city that you call home by blasting out windows, throwing those little miniature pipe bombs that were going across the street, or
They were doing fireworks.
fireworks or something. I'm not sure.
The
They're shooting
police was
fireworks.
also.
Yeah.
The police was also. They were doing
Flashbangs. That
Flash grenades.
yeah, that's what they
So
were.
I mean, things were going back and forth, but I mean, still taking the highway, shutting down traffic, breaking down taking the Omni, or trying to take the Omni at one point.
Yeah, they tried to take the Omni as their headquarters.
How do you feel about shutting down traffic? Technically a peaceful protest.
I agree with you on that, but
That
I
is
don't
a
like it
peaceful
personally.
protest.
It's civil disobedience. It's peaceful protest.
They're not hurting anybody. They're not.
No, they're
well,
not.
they are hurting
but
people because people are having to sit
They're
in
just
traffic.
annoying the hell out of people.
they're annoying the hell out.
And that was exactly. I mean, that's
Like,
that's
they're
kind of
not
going back to what we were
violent.
talking about before.
Right.
Yeah, but
Well, my question in that one too is like, okay, what you're not okay. Number one, if you walk across the street, walk across the interstate, and I'm driving, I'm immediately thinking, what the hell? I don't care what you're protesting. I don't care about anything. I don't care if your kid is dead on the side of the street. Because
They kin to you.
They ain't kin to me.
I don't cross the picket line.
Well,
the
I'm not
point
gonna go
is-
that far, but
Or
What
cross the
protest would be
protest line,
effective?
so-
I need a paycheck. I'll
That's
cross
not.
the picket
That's not
line.
the
I
point.
don't care.
The point is, it made you
Your parents
stop.
beat- hate
You
saying
have to see it.
So yeah, we have to.
I'm not saying
Okay,
that
I
means
got you.
that
I
You
got
have
you.
to take it
Other
in,
people
and
will
even
beat
if it
your
doesn't
ass.
work on you, that's going to get on TV. That's going to get press, and somebody's going to have to start talking about what the protest.
Okay,
and it gets time for your protest.
Yes,
I
exactly.
understand.
That's the
I
point.
understand the point of it. It's just
And some people think they have to break stuff to do that, and I don't think it's right.
no.
I'm not condoning breaking stuff, but
Breaking
But it's-
people's
it is
cars,
protest.
My
destroying
personal
local
opinion, it's kind of
businesses.
asinine.
That's not helping your case. It's
But
making
opinions
it
are
null and
opinions are
void.
like assholes. Everyone's got one. But in my opinion, it's just a little asinine and a little
And like-
selfish.
maybe
like-
a bit far. But
And like I said to Clay, if something like that were ever happened in Jacksonville, I'd feel like I want to go down to Orlando and destroy Orlando. I would want to
It
destroy.
would be a
my-
good opportunity
I
to
would-
take a shot at Orlando.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's wrong
I
with
could live in
Orlando?
Disney
Why do
World.
you have to single out Orlando?
Because it's a soulless
it-
city.
Yeah, it's a soulless city. It
I
doesn't have-
live
doesn't
there.
have-
I
let's
have
not
to
do it
actually-
here. I mean, let's destroy
Yeah,
someone else's
yeah,
shit.
that-
Not our own shit.
yeah,
that's what
that's-
aggravates me.
that's what
Why do
aggravates
you want
me.
to destroy your own stuff?
can I live in
Why
this?
do you want to destroy your own shit?
Destroy
If I
Orlando?
could
aggravates me.
actually
I mean, I
think
guess we
about
could
it,
find a
if
few
you're
spots
so
in Jacksonville
angry
that
and
are
so
desolate.
frustrated, I guess
Universal.
I mean,
the
the
only way you
Bill is
can
halfway
fix it-
already gone, so I
We
mean,
could make it creative, like
yeah,
for houses that need like partial demolition
yeah.
to new construction.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
like half of downtown.
Somebody's gonna throw up watching.
Thank
this
you.
video.
They are. For people, someone's going to be very disgusted by this, I'm sure.
I know.
No, I just mean the motion.
We're probably
Well, I'm
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to-
Well, if he keeps going back
I'm trying
and forth,
to
back
I'm
and
trying to
forth.
get everyone that's talking.
Anytime you
except
talk,
for yourself.
it's on me, like the whole time.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I thought it was.
Well,
Mark.
you're the
That's
only
what
one
Mark's
wearing a
trying to get.
tie. What do you expect?
Yeah, you're the only
You
one
dress for
dressed
the
in work
occasion,
clothes,
so-
brother.
That's the
We have a
point.
parrot here, too.
I'm pretty confident 98%.
If you're talking, you can hit the flip button, and it'll flip the camera on you.
I don't need to do that.
He doesn't want to be filmed.
Why
He's
not?
just trying to
You're not even on the
explain.
camera.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Why?
I know.
Because Jason doesn't want to be on camera.
That's the whole point of it.
Well, I got 4 fuckers right here.
Well, now we've just got to NC-17 real quick, or R at least.
Well, now
Thanks
now,
for that.
now after
No.
Mark's comments, we went down to 0 viewers.
Good job there, Mark.
Just shut it down.
All right.
I didn't make us go to 0.
And thank you for tuning in to our video broadcast. Follow us on Boldcastify or the Boldcasters on Periscope, Twitter, and Instagram.
At one time, we had 2 live viewers.
That's fine.
That's a start.
Probably just our
Well, I mean,
friends.
it's not like I've used that one for Periscope in months, so.
Right.
As I said, probably mainly just our friends.
Dyer's wife said that you were fired.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
She's, I
That
like
worked
her.
up
She's
like
pretty
me
old.
anyway.
I like her. She's cool.
You just like her toes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she has pretty old tits, so it's all right.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
no,
whole
officially
podcast
involved in
This
talking
went to
about
hell in a
Dyer's
handbasket.
This whole podcast just went to hell in a handbasket.
We have now officially devolved.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
We just followed you right down the red line.
I didn't devolve the show. He did.
I don't know.
How did I devolve this show?
Both of y'all did.
How did I do
We
it?
apologize.
I'm the
ladies and
drunk
gentlemen.
one. That's the really sad part.
Wait, are we still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording.
Good lord.
That's
still
why do you
on.
think I just made the comment I did?
Oh boy.
We're just not on camera anymore.
Good.
Yeah, and just like every time you're on me,
I've been kind of thrown off my
Nah, I
script here a little bit.
I really didn't. We were
So-
on national news, by the way, and we were talking about.
Yeah, yeah, I've got it now.
Let's move on off the Charlotte case from.
We've been off that. for a
We've
good
already been
minute,
off of it,
so-
bro. We are already gone.
Yeah, when all
20
this
minutes.
started.
Yeah. Thank you, Billy.
Let's officially move on.
All right,
Billy?
we're gonna skip what went on in New York because we already know that there was someone going off and doing a little kettle bombs.
The only thing I have to say is I'm shocked he's still alive.
Yeah.
yeah, because
Did
they
he get shot in the arm or something?
Yes.
he got
got
shot
shot
a
in the
couple
arm.
times.
Yeah, he looked like he was
Conor
crying
McGregor.
on camera, but I can't blame him.
Charged with 5 counts of attempted murder.
He got what he
There's that.
deserved on that.
He'll
Surprised
get
he's not dead.
he'll get old Sparky.
Probably not. Anyways,
Unless he's in Texas, he's not getting Sparky.
yeah. I don't know where you get that.
Well, he'll get shot in the arm with the lethal drugs in.
Moving on. Last part of national news. What do you think about Trump's call for a national stop and frisk?
No,
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work where it's done.
thank you. No,
Yeah.
Is crime dropping where they do stop and frisk?
Nope.
Not that I've noticed.
no, just no.
According to reports, no.
Sorry.
Everything he says is just sad.
Yeah, dump Trump, Hillary for prison.
It doesn't even have to be. It doesn't have to be true. It doesn't even have to necessarily feel true. Like that was Stephen Colbert's thing. Was truthiness was something that wasn't necessarily true, but it felt true.
Right.
There's stuff that he says that his believers know isn't true, but they're like, that's fine. Like we're gonna build a wall. and We're gonna have Mexico pay for it. And you
Complete
interview
bullshit.
most Trump supporters, and they all say, "Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. The wall might be metaphorical, and Mexico probably won't pay for it." So they know it's not true. It just doesn't matter.
It's just hype.
They don't care.
It's not even truthiness.
Yeah, it's not even.
I assumed it was just a hype noise.
Well, he was asked. He made the
just
remark during a
ignorance.
town hall meeting in an African American church just outside of Cleveland, I believe, and an organized Fox News session narrated. I can't speak today. I don't know why.
Marinated.
I haven't been drinking. That's probably the problem. By Sean Hannity, and
Moderated. I think you're
Yeah.
for moderated.
yeah, thanks, Billy.
You said marinate. I didn't think we were talking about barbecue.
And basically, he said the stop and frisk would not work. Or he said it would work, in large part to what happened in New York.
Sean Hannity will say whatever
Yes,
he's told to say.
right.
Sean Hannity.
No, sorry, I apologize. That was Trump. That was Trump that said that.
Sean
Sean Hannity is
But
a straight up Republican.
he was basically-
talking point.
No, he's the greatest shill for the far right.
And he said he could see it. He could see it working in Chicago because it's needed in Chicago.
Okay.
And the guy who
Well.
basically asked the question about like, what are you going to do to kind of help us in the black community? That's what he responded with, and the look on his face was like, no.
He does very well with the blacks. The blacks love him.
Yeah.
That's
What,
pretty much what
8%?
he says.
8%, yeah.
8%.
Yeah, he kept making this big push for I'm going to restore law and order in his Republican National Convention speeches, when violent crime in our country has been trending down since the 90s.
Yeah.
So,
And I think the only black person that would be voting for Donald Trump is, or actually there might be two, Omarosa and Herman Cain, and that's about it.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, we'll see. But even the Reverend Faulkner, black Republican who grew up in Harlem, even said the tactic is only successful when residents work together. And he said he just doesn't see it working nationally.
It won't.
no, it's not successful where they do it.
It's not even successful locally, much less nationally. What kind of... He must be on some good high
So
grade
logically,
weed.
and even a number of people that actually have come out since then have basically denounced the idea of it, which logically kind of
Just throw it on the list of campaign ideas that he's just going to abandon.
dumbasseries.
He's just going to abandon.
Dumbassery, I like that.
Like, he's got a lot of stuff that he's talked about and then just completely backed off of.
Right. Unfortunately, he gets things with an instance and just goes with it off a whim.
Yep.
He's bad about that. So.
That's your party's candidate right there.
Welcome to...
Not my parties.
Not
I'm
my
not
party.
voting Republican. I'm not voting Democrat.
Well, I guess it's my
will be
party. I'm the
voting
only one that has that
Libertarian.
party.
You're the only one holding the flag.
Well, I'm not really holding that flag that much.
Yeah.
That flag, I'm kind of stepping to the side on that one.
Yeah, and I'm stepping to the side from Hillary because I'm not voting for her either. I'm not voting for her or
It's
Trump.
third
Yes,
party or
we made that point.
Yep, third party or death.
All right. So, let's step over to the sports desk.
How y'all doing? By the way, big news in sports today. Thank you, Vin Scully. Vin Scully, of course, last night they did a vignette at ESPN giving thanks to Vin Scully. It's his last year as the head of as the head of the Dodgers play-by-play.
Yep.
All 67 years of it, by the way, Vin
That is
Scully.
amazing.
Started in 1950, was the youngest man to ever call a World Series, 1955. Also, he's called 25 of them, more than anybody else ever. Also, if you ever play baseball video games, on about 90% of them, the voice that does the play-by-play is Vin Scully.
Even the Mario one?
Yep.
I said 90%.
No,
I'm
no,
not
yeah.
counting the Mario.
Even Mario.
Even Mario.
Even we.
Okay.
Even the we.
Well,
I'm
I'll
not
stick with the
counting.
Mario
I'm counting the
one.
ones that are actually like MLB The Show or MLB,
Right.
you know,
Right. But
that kind of stuff. The play-by-play would always be Vin Scully, and a lot of times they'd have Matt Vasgersian with him.
He's old enough to remember a Dodgers World Series.
Yep.
yes,
Even at this
he's
age.
basically able to remember most of them.
I mean,
Just take into this consideration. He moved with the team from Brooklyn.
yes, he did.
It's crazy.
He is pretty dang old.
He's been
He has
Dod-
called all their games in LA.
since 1950.
Crazy.
Yep. He has called every game for the Dodgers.
So he's
play-by-play.
been with them. He's been with them since 1950.
Yep.
Wow,
67 years.
that's impressive.
This is his last year of it.
Yeah, because I believe he's only been doing home games recently.
This year, yes. So, in fact, I want to say this may have been one of his final calls. If not, may have been his final call.
Yeah, it's a shame.
1988. That's the last time they won a World Series. I had to look it up.
And Vin
Yeah,
Scully.
so-
And Vin Scully.
We
was on
were
the
too
call.
young to remember this.
Yes.
But hey, guess
Also-
what?
I
Ben
wasn't
wasn't.
even born in 1988.
Yeah, Mark's a young. But Ben remembers
1989.
he was just taking his Geritol.
Yeah, apparently.
Geritol.
God bless Ben. So
Yes.
Do we have
I
any?
guess that's sports.
Do we
stuff.
have any other interesting tidbits to add to the sports desk tonight?
We have-
What's the NFL game looking like?
Well, the NFL game I'm sure just kicked off.
Yeah.
Well, it's 0-0 right now.
Between the Patriots and the Texans.
But it's also another color rush game. Patriots are wearing a Flux throwback to just it's a navy blue instead of and
So they're
no
wearing
Pat Patriot.
the navy blue, and what's the Texans red?
No, they're not doing the color on. Unless it's basically it can't be a clashing color.
Texas ain't old enough to have a really color rush, are they?
Well, they actually did give them a color rush, but they were the
The
same
blue
color
and
jersey.
red would be their colors.
But here's another interesting tidbit. Does anyone here know the only team besides the Patriots to not start a black quarterback?
Who?
Come on.
Think of the most racist NFL team you can think of.
Wow, you mean like they've never done it?
Never.
Miami?
No, they did it.
They did it.
Buffalo
Dallas,
Bills?
Dallas has done it.
No, they have a starting
Buffalo's
black quarterback.
Black right now. Well, they have a black quarterback right now.
Damn, see how much I care about Canadian football.
Nothing,
Who
huh?
is it?
The New York Giants.
I got it in
You
2
gotta be
guesses
kidding.
earlier. I'm pretty good about it.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. That's some good trivia
New
right there.
York Giants.
Yeah, and
I've
up,
never
and
really
up
thunk about
and
that.
up until today, the New England Patriots have never started a black quarterback.
I mean, obviously.
I figured the
Actually,
Redskins.
they did.
Figured the Redskins would be on that list for a long
Rohan
time
Davey.
until
Back in the
Doug
playoffs,
Williams got there.
Too. Rohan Davey. They did actually. The Patriots.
he didn't start.
He has started one game.
No, I don't think he started. I think he came in a relief of somebody.
Yeah,
Then a black quarterback has played though for
that wasn't the question. The question was start.
And I'm pretty sure he did start a game, but that's beyond the point.
You're wrong, though.
Whatever.
I
The
think
guess.
so, but I'm pretty sure he did start a game.
Where'd you get that?
From a tweet.
Oh.
From like NFL.
It's on the internet.
From a tweet.
It's on the internet.
From
Everything-
It is true.
From an NFL.
This is a great episode of Boldcasters. I love it.
You got it for Twitter.
Twitter's the truth, sir. I
It
didn't
is.
learn that.
That's not.
I mean, it had a blue check by it, so.
Well, they can get. Well, you
was
can also
blue,
get
it's true.
Ford on Twitter, but
Mark.
I'm just trying to
Okay.
tell you how.
Well, I would be more confident
Twitter
in
is.
his blue check than what you did. So. And Clemson is leading Georgia Tech with
Come
5:02
on, Tech.
with 5:02 left in the second quarter.
What's the score you got there, Mr. Clay?
14-0.
Yes, I'll take that.
The Tigers are moving
I will say that
against the Rambling Wreck.
Hold That Tiger is beating the Rambling Wreck from Georgia Tech and Helvin Engineers.
Wait. Alrighty. And I guess we'll move on to tech and entertainment. How about Apple is in talks with McLaren?
I'm getting sick of talking about Apple.
Why are you getting sick? Why are you getting sick of Apple? What has you personally sick of Apple, there, Mark?
I just get sick of hearing about Apple this, Apple that, when in reality it's not really much of anything. It's like, do we really need all this stuff? And is it really necessary for them to come out with a new phone? Is it really necessary for them to try to buy a McLaren or something like that?
They're a multi-billion-dollar company. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, they
People
can.
love
Yeah.
their stuff. I mean, I'm not a fan, but plenty of people at this table are. I mean, that's a
Yes.
fact.
There's a reason they have
At one
almost
point,
$1 trillion.
yeah, at one point last year, I think they had more money than the U.S. Treasury.
That's not saying a lot at this point.
Well, that is right.
But
That's
no,
a
I mean,
lot.
there's
The actual debt.
obviously just because you have a skewed view, there's a reason they're doing pretty well.
I just don't understand why people are flocking for Apple when the products aren't really all that in a bag.
You
of
don't
chips.
have a
You don't
product.
have. You don't have
You don't use
nothing.
Apple.
You have nothing that is Apple. You don't own an Apple iPad. You don't own an Apple computer. You don't own an Apple phone. How can you even say that, Mark? What basis do you get that from?
I have family that does have Apple products. So
Well,
they're not
that's
really
source.
all that.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
Solid source.
But that's supposed to be a smart card. That's what they're going after.
Yeah,
So
I assume
the
so.
general idea is they were negotiating with McLaren, the car maker, but McLaren also has a technology group, which is the parent of the car maker.
If I may, I could probably shed some light on why we talk about Apple so much. Apple currently is bigger than the entire 1977 U.S. stock market. is trading at a new high of $695 per share, with a total market value of $651.5 billion, which is better than the entire S&P 500 back in 1977, which was $623 billion. So I mean, like, the reason why you're talking about Apple
reason.
is because there's a lot of power and reach with that company, very influential company in the United States of America. To pretend like they're not a big deal is stupid. It's just stupid.
It's pretty ignorant, to be honest.
Sick of hearing about it.
But that's fine. You can get sick of hearing about Microsoft and Walmart also, but they're very powerful, influential companies in our country.
They're not going away.
I understand the pull from Apple. I just don't enjoy the products, but I understand why people enjoy them. And it doesn't affect me at all.
And that's the thing. You can have your opinion on which kind of product you like, but it's one of those things. It's going to be
personally, sometimes they're a little far behind in some things, but they do come up with a couple of innovations.
Well, that's the thing. They refined the idea. They refined the product to a different standard when they put it out.
To an extent, I agree, and I understand the love for it. But me personally, I enjoy my Android. I enjoy certain things, but I understand why people love it, and it brings money. That's all that matters.
I think it's more the simplistic thing, because the argument that I always got was what you got on your iPhone is what you get, whereas on the Android you can customize it substantially more.
Yes.
It is simplified to an extent with an Apple compared to Android, where you have to be more knowledgeable, or you can customize. Like, I can change my icons to whatever ones. Like, I have the little limit configuration from Hellraiser for my text messages, which you can't do on Android without unlocking it, or Apple without unlocking it. So I understand.
Yeah, it's the same argument over and over again.
Yeah, it's a repetitive.
You can have all these. You can have all these customizations with Android. You have more risk, more compromises, more issues with the operating system, but you can do more with it because it's more open. So it's like, it's good and bad.
Apples and oranges is all it really is.
Right. It's pretty much your preference.
Yeah.
It's whether you like 2-ply, single-ply. I mean, it's all in your idea.
Who in the world is choosing single-ply over 2-ply?
There's some people, man. It depends on what's on sale.
Some people out there.
Some people are like me personally. I prefer shit in my hands.
Well,
no thanks.
I mean, no thanks. Some people are out there.
Sink, sir?
Yeah.
Have you never had to deal with that in your life?
I got a single-ply.
I don't
yes, we do.
There's a recession.
I go to Winn-Dixie, whatever is
on
$1.
sale. I'm with you, Decker, on this one. Whatever's on sale, I'm buying it. If it has to be 1-ply, just keep on pulling it off.
Oh no, it's 3. I don't know. I want toilet paper to last a month. 4 rolls last a month. I do not care.
For me, I'm one of those people. It's got to be 2-ply because I'm not getting rashes and crap in my behind. Okay,
that's way too much information.
I'm not walking around.
Mark.
All right,
Mark.
Stop talking about your butthole, please.
Please stop.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm not sure where to go with that. No one's going to listen to this program ever again.
Oh, actually, this is great.
This is great. No,
yeah.
I don't know about that. This is terrible.
This has gone off the rails about 100 times over.
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
It ain't just me, but whatever.
But I guess we'll go back to the McLaren real quick before I go grab a drink. The reason they're going for the McLaren is they want to look into the McLaren Technology Group, which is the parent of McLaren Automotive. McLaren is world famous for their supercars, Formula One, but they really don't have a major manufacturing group.
The McLaren F1, fastest car on the planet.
Yes.
At one time, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But the company does $617 million in revenue. Very good company, all that good jazz. They're looking for an acquisition, or Apple is, somewhere between 1.3 and 2 billion. Is what it's looking like.
I used to see a lot of
but it still would not be the biggest acquisition for Apple. That would be Beats.
Dr.
That's
Dre.
still crazy to me. They got Beats.
That
is.
It's crazy that Beats went for that much.
That's the crazy part.
That Dr. Dre would go for more than McLaren, which is.
Well, there's more than Dr. Dre. There's a couple of different artists.
So it's going to be interesting to see what comes of this,
His company,
and how they actually proceed. There's a lot of technology, and how Apple looks to.
Hopefully they're more
integrate it.
committed to that than they are the whole Apple TV thing, because it sounds like they've given up on their plan for the Apple TV, where they're going to create their own PlayStation View, Sling TV competitor for cable, and it was an exciting thought. It was an exciting thought because if anybody would be able to pull it together, it'd be Apple, because they've got the power and the money to do it, but it sounds like they've kind of given up on it.
That's disappointing.
That's
That was a really, really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I would probably go for PlayStation View. I've contemplated it.
Oh, okay. Personal opinion, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I'd recommend that.
Yeah, because isn't that what you use, Clay?
Yeah, that's what I use. I just went to that. So it's pretty good app. Pretty good for usage, but it's a moderate streaming device. So, in that aspect, you can stream it on this new television and this new setup that just came out. Or, it's just been unveiled, should I say. LG has just unveiled a 2-sided display screen.
Why?
Why not?
Yeah, that's what I asked.
Because I'm just going to put it on the wall.
Why?
No, it's because you're gonna put it between your living room and your dining room, or your living room and your kitchen. That way
Well,
you
they're
can
saying actually it's going to be more for commercial use.
Well, I'd buy it.
That makes
so
more
it's
sense.
like it's put
Yes.
on that window.
For
I don't know where that was
sports
going.
bar or something like
Yes,
that.
it's going to be for sports bars, airports, malls, gaming centers, all that good jazz.
Because
Or you could just hang it in the
malls
middle
or
of the
game
room.
shops.
Pretty much.
Those
Is it going to be separate channels or the same?
Yes, you can do
So
two different
market-
signals on both sides.
That's nice.
But I don't know how that would work though with the sound.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Was
they
it a
didn't
sound
really
record?
clarify that, but I mean, it's 55 inches and it looks incredible. It's
It looks
very,
really, really thin.
yeah, it's very thin, very clear, and it's either way. Whether it's really that big of a deal right now, it's going to change the market a little bit.
I guess, yeah.
Just an opinion.
It's just two TVs put together. I mean, I feel like they've got the tech for that for a while. Is it going to be as thin as one TV? Is that the exciting
Yeah,
part? What's the
it's
exciting part?
as thin,
Yeah.
if not thinner.
Yeah, it doesn't look very
It's
thick.
it's maybe at least an inch and a half, if that. Maybe about an inch or less. It's
Okay.
pretty thin.
Well, let's got that going for it.
Yeah, but to have both of that on one screen, or sorry, two screens within one format, that's very impressive.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's very breakable too,
Also that.
and it's also pretty expensive. It's $10,000,
For one? How big?
55 inches,
That's a no-go.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
but it's OLED. So,
LED.
so with that, we will move on to Netflix and New Decker.
Alright.
So this is a little old, but I'm catching up on The Walking Dead, the new season. They have one there. I'm 10 episodes in. It's pretty good. I like how they really address the comics. The last episode I saw was where they're trying to walk through the zombies, and
Oh, I love that episode.
yeah,
What
where
with the zombies?
yeah, the Carl gets shot in the eye.
Oh, that one. Okay.
The comics were better because he begs forgiveness while the girl dies and chops off her arm or whatever. But in this one, they just kind of went with a silent view. She's already basically dead, chops her arm off, and he gets shot in the eye. It's been really good so far. I really enjoyed the whole Neenan aspect so far. I know they're going to start a new season for really soon, but I'm pretty sure by next week I'll be done and ready for it. I'm loving it.
And I know they changed it. The rumor is they changed what happens in that scene.
Glenn needs to die. I hate it in the comics, but it makes more sense.
And it's gonna be just as awful on TV. Like it's gonna
I-
feel terrible.
At first, I hated it, but I really understood it reading the comics after the fact. At first, it really was a downer, but him dying made
love
more
Glenn.
sense. Glenn's great. He's the best pizza delivery boy ever.
He's such a good guy.
I mean, honestly, he went from delivering pizzas to, going on runs to being the ultimate survivor, and he needs to die at this point. It
And
makes the most sense.
It's crazy because they have so many near-death moments for characters.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, you become numb to it. But every time Glenn almost dies, you're like, "Come on, Glenn!"
Yeah, like
Come
when
on,
the
Glenn.
guy was getting eaten, you thought he was testing.
You thought it was over. You thought it was getting.
I knew it wasn't, but I mean, overall, I think it's time for him to go. If not, then it needs to be.
What if they take out Maggie instead of Glenn?
I'm fine with that. Her character sucks.
You want to kill Pregger Maggie over Glenn?
I don't want to see her baby. It's fine.
You won't, because you'll be killing that baby.
That's fine. They should have
Can
killed.
you handle that on
just
your
like the
conscience?
comics, they should have killed his baby.
Who's Mullet Guy?
I took killed
The
Rick's
mullet
baby.
guy, not mullet guy. He's not gonna get baby. He's never gonna get laid. It doesn't
We're not
matter.
talking about him getting a baby. I'm talking about him getting a bat to the head.
But his character doesn't matter. Rick's
Yeah.
baby in the comics, she died. She should have been dead a long time ago.
Well, yeah, they've got.
And Rick should have lost a hand.
I think it's good to go off the
True. I'm
comics.
mad he
though.
never lost a hand.
I think it's good to go off the comics. I think it's really good
To
for
an
Game of
extent. I
Thrones
love
to be
that it's
off the
different.
books because they're past the books. You know,
They really
That's a
are.
good thing because you don't know what's going to happen.
Game of
I
Thrones
mean, I
is
love
awesome.
the differences. I really do. I enjoy the comics and the show.
Yeah.
But honestly, I really think Glenn needs to die.
All right.
Yeah.
You really want Glenn
What
to
is
die?
Mullet Man's name? I can't remember his name.
Goodbye, Glenn.
I don't know. He's some ginger dude. I don't really remember.
That Glenn had to
No,
die.
that's a different guy.
No, that's the wrong guy. Yeah.
I'd have to look it up. I don't know. He's a sad, sad man. That's
Yes,
all
he
I know.
is. He's the one that
Sad,
lied
sad
about
man.
being some sort of expert. And
Yeah, he just didn't want to die. His character dying makes no difference. It needs to be a top tier character.
yeah, I think he is a good character because of the transition he's made.
Really? Would you miss him if he died one week? Because I wouldn't.
No.
Then it doesn't matter. It needs to be Maggie, Glenn, the redheaded dude, maybe. But I think it should be Glenn all the way.
Wow.
Find out.
So the pizza guy or the pregnant woman? Okay.
Pretty much. I mean, no one wants to.
That would be a big one if you took either one of them out. Because
I really think it's going
from
to
an
be
opening
Maggie,
episode.
honestly, because I mean, her dad died, and might as well.
I'm glad they finally have like my attention again because I've been talked into watching the last 2 seasons of The Walking
The
Dead.
last season was not that good.
And there's like
This season's now.
a lot of them
last
start off so
season's good.
slow. I'm like, why do I gotta pretend like I care about these people again? And like, gotta build it back up. Okay, well maybe there's something here. And like every time I get back into it, I'm like, okay, I'm glad I watched it again. But I had to sit through some crap first.
Oh, this
Watch them
season
hang
we're
out
watching now
inside.
has been good. I haven't really had an issue with any episode.
I don't care about
It
outside
kind of felt
world.
like the old show 24 because it was the same day, like 5 different episodes in. That kind of get tiring, but overall it's pretty good.
So,
Yeah.
But I mean, I loved it so far. I mean, like 6 more episodes and I'm done.
I like it. Sounds pretty good. So, there you go. That's Netflix and Newdecker.
Pretty yodel.
All right. With that, we go on to Mark's hot takes.
Well, to tell you the honest truth, I personally, I would like to go to Periscope fully with this instead of just have it a part of the Boldcasters show. But I will say,
That's
I'll
fine.
give a quick snippet. The album spotlight for this week will be the album Turn on the Bright Lights by Interpol. Great album from the year 2002. You can find it on many albums to listen to before you die lists, many best of the decade lists, like top 10 in the decade. Great album if you ever want to just listen to something that chills you out.
All right. That sounds pretty good. I like it. And I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this show up with news of the weird.
We got some hashtag Duval stuff this time. Domestic dispute over some drug money. Wife shoots her husband in the leg due to him stealing her purse. Threatens to shoot him if she doesn't get her property back. Shoots the man in the leg. And now she is in jail with a $75,000 bond. I don't think she should be in jail.
$75,000.
I
Dang.
mean, he stole her property. She
Shot
wanted it back. I mean, he's a drug addict. I think she should be on the streets, honestly.
Yeah, logically. I mean, I can't
He's a
really
drug
dispute that
addict.
one.
He doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not really sure why they got married.
Yeah, apparently they
But
did.
that's some true Duval type stuff, honestly.
Yeah, apparently shot him in the leg out of BP, and he ran somewhere on Blanding Boulevard, and he then drove himself to a BP station.
I didn't even know they were around anymore.
I didn't know that either. This is
I thought they
breaking news.
got bought out, like Speedway or something.
I'm pretty sure
That's
it was
Hess.
That's
That's the Speedway.
Hess.
Close enough.
Same difference.
BP. Sorry.
And in other news, the reason he was buying drugs is because he's a Jaguar fan.
That makes a lot of more sense.
Oh, because Jaguars.
Doesn't it?
That's
Thank
part of
you,
why I
Gus.
drink.
I mean, that's exactly why he's a Jaguar. I mean, think about it.
Well,
I mean, he's a Jaguar fan. That's exactly why.
that's why we
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah, I mean, what you drink, you're a Jaguar fan. That's
Well,
why I
maybe
drink.
next week will be better. You never know.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what started his drugs and everything of that nature.
Hashtag because Jaguar.
Yeah. So with that, we thank you for joining in the Boldcaster show. I'm Clay.
This is Robert Slackin' Kraken. Hit me up on Twitter.
This is Mark. FireGuestBradley.com needs to start.
I'm Justin.
I'm Jay.
Finally on camera.
Yeah.
We got
He's the one that was manning the camera for most of the Boldcaster show. And I'm Clay. Follow me at Tealopocalypse. Boldcastify is the main Twitter for this, or the Boldcasters is the handle for the show. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good jazz. Any questions, give us feedback, and tell us what you think of the show. And that segment was News of the Weird. Peace out, y'all.
Oh, that's already done?
Yeah.
See, senor.
All right.